Place your bets, you jackwagons. Brad the Big Noise Evans here on a solo mission. Nathaniel Lundy is on an extended Turkey Day vacation, soaking up some vitamin D down there in the Sunshine State. But you demand bets, and we give you bets. So let's not waste any time and hop aboard the Honk Plus Bus. Plus 100 odds or greater is the requirement. And let's go to the Monday night affair in the Mile High City between the Denver Broncos and the Cleveland Browns. And I got one theme: revenge game for Jerry Jeudy. I'm going to take him in the race to 40 yards at a plus 275 juice. I'll roll the shoulders because that's seduced by that juice there at DraftKings Sportsbook. I think this is doable. Really, it's going to be between him and Courtland Sutton is my belief. Sutton much higher in terms of the odds market. Still plus money, but plus 275 is just too irresistible for me. I look at Jerry Jeudy. The matchup on paper, not the greatest, because the Denver Broncos are number 5 in pass EPAD. Here over the last 5 weeks, they've only given up the 25th most wide receiver yards on this season, but he's going to get a lot of Jaquan McMillan, who's given up the 6th most yards of any defensive back in the NFL and a 75.9% catch rate. On top of that, dude has been popping off with Jameis Winston at the controls. Last 4 games, he's averaging 9 targets, 6 receptions, 94.8 yards per game, also scored a touchdown. He's number 3 on the year in total route wins among all wide receivers and number 11 as well in total air yards. So do a little shimmy, do a little shake in the open field, and take off, race to 40. Be the first to do so, and I cash in at a plus 275 there at DraftKings Sportsbook. With that bet on the board, let's get after it with another rousing edition of the Fade 5. All right, numero cinco on the countdown. Bo knows touchdowns. I'm taking the over again on 1.5 passing TDs. A bet I've been chasing here often. I've been burned sometimes. Other times been cashing money in the end. Plus 120 at BetMGM. And it's only appropriate. St. Nick's. Right. It's the holiday season. Let's get all holly and jolly. Pour another cup of brew and get down to business, because I think this one is going to bank here in the end. You look at Bo Nix, he's done this in 6 of his last 8 games. He's now number 10 on the season in red zone completion percentage and number 4 in accuracy rating as tracked at playerprofiler.com. And look at the Browns, number 25 in pass EPAD over the last 5 weeks. They've given up a 15-1. Let me repeat that. 15-1 touchdown to interception split to quarterbacks this season. 6 QBs in 11 games have thrown for multiple scores against them. Bo knows making you bake, baby. I'm taking the over 1.5 passing touchdowns again at a plus 120 there at BetMGM. Numero cuatro here on the Fade 5 countdown. I say Courtland Sutton catches one of those TD passes from Bo Nix. Give me him in the anytime touchdown market at a plus 160. Still working the shoulders, again seduced by that juice there. This one pulled from DraftKings Sportsbook. Look at Courtland Sutton. A guy who I think is a really underappreciated WR1 in the NFL, a guy that's averaging 7.9 targets per game on the season. He is number 2 in total red zone targets with 17, number 27 in total route wins. He's found the end zone in 2 of his last 3 games. And again, they get the Brownies. We're near bottom of the barrel in terms of pass EPA data that is out there defensively. They've given up 13 wide receiver touchdowns this season. And Emerson, who is most often going to see in coverage, has a lot of 116.8 passer rating, 4 touchdowns, and the 25th most yards of any defensive back in the National Football League. So Courtland Sutton, splat 6, baby. The former Mustang, I'm selling him up at a plus 160 at DraftKings and the anytime touchdown market. Numero tres here on the Fade 5 countdown. And I know a lot of you complain out there. Oh, Brad, all you do is bet on player props. You're a coward. Never take the spread. Never take the total. I need just some standard action. All right, well, let me help you out. But I'm going to get creative with it because I like plus money. And this one gets you to that achievement. Even Steven plus 100 odds when built at BetMGM. On the SGP, give me the Broncos minus 2.5 and give me that total. I'm going to take it way up to 49.5 and hit the under. So Denver minus 2.5 on that alt line, on the alt total 49.5, cashing that under plus 100 there at BetMGM. And look at the Broncos the last 5 weeks. Number 13 EPA per play offense, number 5 in EPA per play defense. Cleveland over the same stretch, 22 in offense and 25 in defense. Denver is at home. You're going to have like 65, 70,000 full-throated orange and blue-clad fans in the stands there at Empower Field, and I think they're going to will their team to victory, one that's playing at a very high level right now. You look at Denver on the season, 8-2 ATS on the standard spread, and again, this is an old spread, taking it down from 6 to 2.5. They have hit the over in 6 of 11 matchups this season. You look at Cleveland, 4-6 ATS in the standard line, and they've cashed the under in 6 of 11 this season. So that's why I'm taking that total up. I think on the standard line, it's going to be really towing in. You might be beating up and pulling up in all the wrong places as a result. So to recap, SGP Broncos minus 2.5 and the under 49.5 at a plus 100. Choose more plus money. I'm giving it away all the damn time there at BetMGM. Hey, you want some more plus money bets? Go to thegamingjuice.com right now, you jackals, and sign up for a free account. I don't charge you a single cent. It's 100% free. All of my fantasy football rankings are there. My fantasy flames columns live there. My top props piece that I write every single week, and I've been rather hot the last couple of weeks in that endeavor, also lives on thegamingjuice.com. Nate Lundy, his free spreadsheet is there. My free spreadsheet picks are there as well. A lot of college basketball I'm kicking in this time of year. Ben Winstein, Nate Jacobson cranking out all kinds of content in the world of college football. Got championship weekend upcoming. They're going to have picks pretty much everywhere. On top of that, too, Brandon Velasquez dropping the puck and trying to make some bucks in the NHL. You can ask me a question there. Members only, but all you got to do is sign up. It's free. I don't charge you a damn thing. So go to thegamingjuice.com right now. Click, converse, and cash, ... maybe. All right, moving on. Numero dos. So the Fade 5 countdown today. Devaughn Vele, the pride of Utah. I'm taking the over 16.5 yards on the longest catch. At a little bit lighter juice, minus 110 there at BetMGM. Really an unsung hero in this wide receiver core is Vele for the Denver Broncos in a premium matchup. Cleveland, again, number 25 pass EPAD over the last 5 weeks. They've allowed the 5th most pass plays at 20 or more yards, 41 as a matter of fact, entering the week. It's getting a lot of Newsome in coverage. Newsome has given up a 135.3 passer rating, 68.3 catch percentage, and 15.5 yards per catch. Vele operates primarily in the slot 66% of the time. That's why he's going to see Newsome more often than not in coverage. I understand a lot of the advanced metrics are unsightly. Number 84 in ADOT. Number 36, a little bit better there in yards per target, averaging just 11.3 yards per reception. Number 87 in total air yards. However, he has gone over 16.5 yards on the longest catch 7 times this season. And I know we've already flipped the calendar to December, but in the month of November, he did it 4 times. I think the streak extends. He does it again, gets a nice explosive pass play off the hand of Bo Nix, and we make some dollars with Devaughn Vele over 16.5 yards on longest catch at a minus 110 there at BetMGM. My numero uno play on this Fade 5 edition on a Monday. I'm going to go with Jerry Jeudy as I started with Revenge Game. We're going to finish with more Revenge Game. I'm taking the over 57.5 receiving yards. The juice is higher, but the softest line right now is at BetMGM. Though he got to shell out minus 135, and I'm willing to bet it. He would take the alt market at like 60 more yards, even 75 or more yards. He could ladder this sucker, and it would be very easily convincible to me to do exactly that. I already gave you the reasons why, so let me go and repeat them if you missed it earlier on the pod. The Denver Broncos have been outstanding in terms of pass coverage, top 5 in EPA per play defense here the last 5 weeks, and they've only given up the 25th most wide receiver yards this entire season. But he's going to get a lot of Jaquan McMillan out of the slot where he lines up about a third of his snaps. And in those instances, he could really take advantage of the DB matchup. Why? McMillan has given up the sixth most yards of any slot cornerback in the league this season. Also allowed a 75.9% catch rate. And Jerry Jeudy is in fuego, baby. And hopefully he's going to continue to scorch there in the box score. Last 4 games, 9 targets, 6 receptions, 94.8 yards per game. And on the year, as I mentioned earlier, number 11 in total air yards. And number 3, that's a shocking stat, number 3 in total route wins among all NFL wide receivers. So the former Bronco, largely a bust in the Mile High City, shows he still got it in that revenge game narrative. I think he hits the over on 57.5 receiving yards and a minus 135 juice there at BetMGM. All right, it's time for a little bonus time. And let's work in the Team Huevos parlay play on Monday Night Football between the Browns and Broncos. SGP. Leg numero uno, give me Denver on the money line. Leg numero dos, give me Courtland Sutton, 50 or more receiving yards. And leg numero tres, there's that name again. Jerry Jeudy, 50 or more receiving yards. You put those hands together, plus 195. Still roll the shoulder. So much plus money here on the Fave 5 countdown today. I love that one quite a bit. This one at BetMGM. Look, I already gave you all the reasons why. You love all these. Denver, far superior in a lot of the advanced metrics, and they're riding a hot streak. They won back-to-back games. I think they'll win 3 in a row. Cleveland going in the opposite direction. Courtland Sutton, a very high target share, over 25% of the team target share, as a matter of fact, closest 8 per game. And again, primo mano-a-mano matchup against Emerson, who's given up the 25th most yards of a defensive back in the NFL. And as I mentioned, Jerry Jeudy in that revenge game, a guy that should be able to take care of business, especially when lined up face-to-face with Jaquan McMillan. So, again, the Team Huevos parlay play, SGP, Broncos money line, Sutton 50 or more yards, Jerry Jeudy 50 or more yards, plus 195, fools, there at BetMGM. All right, elsewhere, bonus time. All right, I'm tapped out on plays on Monday Night Football, so let's get you something else. And I got one college basketball play in particular that I really, really dig tonight. And it's going to be a late night tip. It's the marquee matchup, if there is one this evening. Probably one of these teams will be in the big dance in the end. I think it's going to be the home team. That's a Nevada Wolfpack taking on Washington State. Wazoo, a team, a bit of a roller coaster ride this season. I think it's going to be kind of the story with them the entire year. The pride of Pullman. I don't think it's going to get it done. So here's how I'm going to play Nevada and Washington State tonight. Give me the Wolfpack on the money line. I'm going to take Washington State way up to plus 21.5. Yeah, you can actually do that. So they could lose by 21 and I still cash. And I'm going to take the total all the way up to the highest number, 158.5, and slam that under. It's a 3-legger, very easily achievable in my mind based on the Sky Report. And I'm going to give you that here in a second. Even money. Plus 100, you might be like, oh, Brad, you're a whip. What the heck is that? Plus 100? That's it? Is that like plus 250, plus 300? I need to make a ton of money. Look, I'm playing the long-term game here. I'm not trying to get rich in a finger snap overnight by any stretch of the imagination. We're trying to build the bankroll, folks. That's how we play some of these alt markets, what I call the alt rock parlay play. This is exactly what that is. You can read all about that strategy at thegamingjuice.com. Let me give you a little background on Nevada and Washington State. Nevada, number 340 in tempo, number 70 EFG offense this season, and 31 in EFG defense. They're shooting 46.6% from distance. That's absurd. That's obscene. Whether it's with Davidson, Dussel, Coleman, Sanders, those guys are netting a boatload of buckets from outside. Coleman, 38.1%. Dussel, 47.1%. Davidson, Sanders, 61.1% apiece. And defensively, they've been excellent. The only weakness of really this Nevada team is free throw shooting. They're only shooting 66% as a club. So hopefully this will not be a tight game at the end. And, the fouls really start mounting up and the bricks mount up. And Washington State somehow steals one in Reno. But I like Nevada to win this game at a minimum. Now, I think Washington State will stay within 21 and a half. They're number 42 in tempo. So a team that likes to play faster. And that might frustrate them, the slow down game of Nevada. But Washington State, no slouches in the advanced analytics. 47 EFG offense, 117 EFG defense this season. Their strengths, I would say, a 2-point offense and the 3-point offense. They're shooting close to 35% from way downtown. Their downside is a turnover percentage on offense. They're coughing up on 20.1% of their possession. But when you got Watts, you got Erickstrup, you got Coward, you got Price, you got Coleman, all those guys have hit at least 11 triples so far on the young year. So I think they're going to be able to shoot their way from outside and keep it respectively close. And I still believe the under is going to hit because Nevada is going to dictate tempo in this game, and they like in a half court. So to recap my one bonus time play, I'm going to take Nevada on the money line, Washington State plus 21.5, and the under 158.5 on that SGP at BetMGM. Oh, cool. Plus 100. All right. I am out of breath and I am out of time here on the Feed 5 podcast. Do me a favor, drop us a rating and a review. Lundy will be back with me on a hashtag Tequila Thursday, breaking everything down in that mammoth matchup between the Packers and the Lions. Feed or follow us on the X. You can follow Lundy at Nate Lundy. His free spreadsheet picks are there and on thegamingjuice.com. You can read all my material on thegamingjuice.com and follow me on the X, where I'm always giving it to you as well, at Noisy Huevos. All right, got to peace out. As always, feed or follow. That is up to you. Revenge game!